Ever wondered what really went down between Kanye West and Bianca Censori, Yeezy's secret weapon turned rumored wife? Their whirlwind wedding raised eyebrows, but there's a lot more lurking beneath the surface. She was once a quiet architectural designer from Melbourne. Suddenly, she became a controversial figure draped in barely there outfits and platinum hair. Now that their relationship has reportedly collapsed, whispers from behind closed doors are painting a startling picture. How did an unassuming creative professional end up at the center of a media storm? And what did she sacrifice along the way? Stick around because this story might change everything you thought you knew about Ye and his latest muse. Before the glitz, tabloids, and fashion upheavals, Bianca Censori was carving out her niche in the world of architecture. In Melbourne, she earned a solid reputation as a forward-thinking designer with a passion for blending function and flair. Those close to her say she wasn't chasing fame or a Kardashian-sized spotlight. She had her eyes set on innovative design work. But opportunity can come in unexpected forms. And when Kanye West noticed her talent, he brought her into the Yeezy fold. From the outset, insiders described her as a breath of fresh air, a calm, collected presence in a typically high-pressure brand. Coworkers admired her sense of creativity. So how did this poised architect become the subject of swirling rumors, secret ceremonies, and outlandish style transformations? Whether it was chance or a carefully orchestrated plan, Bianca was about to step into the public eye in a way no one saw coming. In early 2023, news broke that Kanye West might have quietly married Bianca in a private ceremony, minus any official paperwork. Social media exploded with theories. Was it a publicity stunt? A real spiritual binding? Why was everything kept so hush-hush? Some skeptics pointed out Kanye's track record for dramatic gestures meant to capture headlines. A hush-hush wedding with his own employee certainly fit that narrative. But others believed there was genuine closeness between them. Without a legal record, the wedding became a modern enigma. Was it symbolic? A personal vow exchange behind closed doors? The secrecy only fed the tabloids' appetite, and Bianca was instantly caught in the middle of media curiosity and personal scrutiny. If this was a harmless romantic event, why did it feel like such a secret operation? Not long after talk of vows and rings emerged, so did unsettling stories about Kanye's influence on Bianca's life. Whispers circulated that her outfits weren't mere fashion statements, but carefully curated looks chosen, or even demanded by Kanye. One rumor said she couldn't even change her hairstyle without his sign-off. Another pointed to Kanye encouraging or insisting on outfits that pushed the envelope, regardless of her own comfort level. That might sound familiar if you followed Kanye's history with his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. He famously had a hand in overhauling Kim's closet, shaping her style from top to bottom. Many asked if the same storyline was playing out again, but at twice the speed, leaving Bianca very little time to step back and think, is this really what I want? And the bigger question, was she free to say no? The first real sign that something dramatic was up came when Bianca's style did a total 180. Out went the polished, understated clothing she'd once favored as a professional architect. In came futuristic bodysuits, experimental silhouettes, and that instantly iconic platinum blonde hair. Paparazzi photos of her walking beside Kanye sparked shock and confusion. Who was this new Bianca? While some praised the bold, new aesthetic, others worried she'd lost herself in the process. Friends and industry professionals said it seemed less like personal exploration and more like an externally driven performance art moment. There's a fine line between artistic evolution and living someone else's vision, and Bianca was towing it in front of the world. And the more the public gawked, the more her loved ones back home began to question just how much say she had in her transformation. Control can go beyond fashion choices. Reports started trickling in that Bianca's contact with family and friends dwindled. She once shared updates with relatives back in Australia, but suddenly went silent. Loved ones allegedly reached out, concerned only to be stonewalled. It was as if her entire social circle evaporated overnight, replaced by Kanye's world. Meanwhile, Kanye's own empire was hitting bump after bump. The Adidas deal that once cemented his position as a billionaire? Gone. social media accounts restricted, brands distancing themselves. It was a free fall, and Bianca had front row seats. The chaos only amplified tensions in their personal lives, according to insiders. Was Bianca pressured to step up her presence for damage control? Or was the stress of Kanye's faltering public image taking a toll behind closed doors? Whichever the case, cracks were forming fast. If anyone doubted Kanye's sway over Bianca, the 2025 Grammy red carpet seemed to offer proof. Bianca arrived in a show-stopping ensemble that left almost nothing to the imagination. Critics, viewers, and even a few fashion insiders labeled it one of the most provocative red carpet statements in recent memory. And guess who allegedly pulled the strings behind that look? It wasn't just about flashing lights and jaw-dropping photos. For many, it was a vivid illustration of Bianca becoming an extension of Kanye's creative brand, rather than her own person. She wasn't known for such risque choices before. Those in the know whispered that Kanye had a final say on every stitch of fabric, or lack thereof. The night stirred more debates. Was it art, exploitation, or something in between? Fast forward a few months, and sources revealed the pair had called it quits. After the hush-hush vows, shocking outfits, and swirling drama, Bianca reportedly ended the relationship and began reconnecting with family. The sudden shift was a relief to those who worried about her well-being. But the biggest bombshell might be yet to come. Insiders hint that Bianca is contemplating a major reveal of her time under Kanye's roof, whether through a sit-down interview, a book, or even a documentary. If she does speak out, the repercussions could be massive. Kanye is already no stranger to controversy, but a personal account of behind-the-scenes control and manipulation could be another blow to his wobbly reputation. Then again, it might also clarify lingering questions about Bianca's surprising transformation. Would she confirm everything fans speculated? Or would her story shed a more nuanced light on the complexity of Kanye's influence? In the end, we're left to wonder, was Bianca Censori an eager collaborator in Kanye's boundary-pushing universe? Or did she find herself cornered in an all-consuming dynamic that gave her little room to breathe? The abrupt end to their so-called marriage has left countless questions unanswered. Yet every rumor and glimpse we've gotten suggests there's far more under the surface. A tangled mix of artistic ambition, personal sacrifice, and emotional pressure. As for what comes next, all eyes are on Bianca. If she breaks her silence, the revelations could rewrite the narrative around one of pop culture's most polarizing figures. And who knows? Maybe it'll also help Bianca reclaim the identity she once had. An architectural visionary, unafraid to push limits, but on her own terms this time. Until then, we're all left guessing which version of events will emerge. And whether the real story of Bianca Censori and Kanye West is even more dramatic than anyone could have imagined.